Well, they're leaving the Barclays Center now. It's an empty building. It was filled every seat, 17,732. A sellout saw the Heat win. Your Heat Live postgame presented by Verizon begins right now. The Heat have defeated the Brooklyn Nets 106-95. Thanks for staying with us for our Heat Live postgame show. Here is what's ahead. You will hear Heat head coach Erik Spoelstra in his postgame press conference. Crotty and Audibert will break it down. Jax will join Amy Audibert. You'll also hear player sound out of the winner's locker room for Miami. Now, the Heat improved the record of 15-12. More importantly, they put the brakes on a 5-game losing streak. John, what's your number one takeaway?
Number one takeaway to me was defensively being able to contain the ball better. I thought Miami defended the three-point line much better than we've seen during the losing streak. Brooklyn shot just 22%. This is coming off a game where they made 19 threes and shot it at a high percentage against Milwaukee. So Miami did what they had to do. They came out here in hostile territory. They locked down guys on the ball. They prevented drive and kick action and those three-point shots, which guys like Michael Porter Jr. can change a game with their ability to do so. And then executed on the offensive end early, setting the tone with the fast breaks and pace. But then when the things got tougher in a possession game, we're able to execute in the half court.
You know, Brooklyn was held to their fewest points in a game this season. They're one of the worst offensive teams in the league, and the night was their season low. It was also the best defensive performance for the Heat, holding an opponent to that total tonight of the 95. Let's take a look at our game summary from a statistical perspective and your pictures. Kel'el Ware got the start tonight. Ware made the most of what was his 17th start this season. He finished with 22 points, 12 rebounds, 4 dunks, and a season-high 4 blocks. Bam Adebayo had an off game offensively, but he had a season-high 17 rebounds. And you know what? His 8 points were important. 6 of them came in the second half. He found a way to put an imprint on it, John. He didn't let missed shots detract him. And you talked about it. The Nets, who had 19 threes in their 45-point rout of the Bucks, held a 22% from three-point land tonight. So the Heat get it done. They're now 5-0 when they hold the opponent under 40% shooting. They did that tonight. You could check that box. Rebound battle, Miami by 2, although they did give up 15 offensive boards. They also scored 18 points, Miami, off 13 turnovers. The Heat are very good. Where they can score more points off turnovers than the opponent, they are now 13-3. So game 1 of this 3-game road trip in the win column. The Heat get their 15th win. You'll hear from Coach Spo when we come back, and then it's Jackson Amy right to the finish line. Good night from Brooklyn.
The biggest names, the brightest stars, the place for South Florida's premier performers. Kaseya Center, home to amazing entertainment.
Do I have a weekend for you at Kaseya Center? First, Jake Paul and 2-time heavyweight world champion Anthony Joshua. Are we rooting for Joshua in this one? We square off for Judgment Day on Friday. Then Saturday, Y100's Jingle Ball. Get in there, a great lineup of artists. And finally, Andrea Bocelli takes the stage on Sunday, December 21st, just in time for the holidays. Do I have a gift for you right now? Amy Audibert, Jason Jackson side by side in emerald green velvet. Happy holidays. It's time now to talk about our favorite normality.
Oh.
Yes. One
good.
Norman Powell, who, again, tip of the spear in the offensive game for the Miami Heat.
Yeah, strong start. You're going to need it. Yeah. Brooklyn dropped 127 points on their home court. They beat Milwaukee by 45 points a couple nights ago. So they were feeling pretty good. They've been playing really well. So you needed a really strong start, and you needed a really strong first quarter. I thought Norman Powell coming out with those 10 points in the first quarter really set an offensive tone. And 24 on the night, super efficient, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals, 8 for 14 from the field, the 3 for 5. And that includes the half court heave, which we also loved. Here it is right there. Thank you very much for getting that. And we will take every single point we can get. 5 for 6 from the free throw line, which don't get it twisted. Those were hard to find too. And so Norm doing a little bit of everything for his team tonight and really just willing their way to a big W.
Good Greek, move of the game. Just move down that column with the white numbers and the red background. They are all magically delicious. Norman was our guest on the audio experience. We wouldn't cheat you on TV, would we?
1 sec.
He's doing too much. No, guys. Do you know what butterflies are? Butterflies.
1 sec.
I know. I think maybe you didn't know. That could be. That's crazy.
1 sec. Give me 1 sec. 1 sec. Because I'm feeding all this stuff back. I apologize. Okay. Now I can let Norm talk. Norm, earlier in the season when you guys were scoring a lot, it maybe wasn't as essential for one guy to get key baskets. But when you're going through this little stretch right now, where instead of 140, it's in the 110s, if that, how comforting is it to you to know that you can step up and get those need baskets, when you guys need them the most?
It's very comforting. I mean, it's something that I work on, position that I always wanted to be in. So I step in with confidence, just trusting my work, reading the game, making the plays that are in front of me, just trying to do whatever it takes to get a win.
We know now you can take a heave and it doesn't count as a missed field goal. Would you have shot that shot otherwise if the rule wasn't in place, or are you going to protect the percentage?
I'll still shoot. I don't care about protecting the percentage. People know that I can shoot, so just take whatever shots open, but I always like to give myself a chance.
Coach tells us they're not always going to be pretty, but sometimes you just got to find a way. Was this a find a way game?
Definitely a find a way game. It's an identity that we have to continue to build and have, especially on the defensive end. Like you said, scoring 140 is great. Everybody loves it. It looks good. You're breaking records, whatever it is. But, we know it's not going to happen every single night, especially in this league. Teams are going to start keying in on certain things, our tendencies, so we got to be better offensively, and executing on that end. But, the thing that helped us get to 140 was, playing defense and getting more stops, and not taking the ball at the basket every single time. And I thought we did a good job today, in those little swing moments that Spo talks about, and not letting go of the rope, and hanging on to the lead, and then being able to break it up to a 9-10 point lead late in the game.
And what's the comfort zone knowing when it's not dropping, you got guys who are going to hit the boards like Bam and Kel'el did, who are going to block shots like Bam and Kel'el, that it's not just about the offense?
Very comforting. We need those defensive anchors. We need those plays. They're energizing plays, those extra efforts. It starts to break. It makes the offensive player hesitant to go in there. Change up the trajectory of shots. So it's always good to know that you got two athletic, shot blocking, shot altering bigs behind you protecting the paint.
So two. So
oh, my fault. My fault. I mean, damn flat. But my
flat. Okay.
Oh, I love that song. I love Bam being a part of the gaggle in the locker room. I'm telling you, the microphones on these phones are fantastic. When the Heat win, you win with Papa John's Pizza. Thanks to tonight's win, enjoy 50% off your regular price menu items tomorrow. Order at papajohns.com or on the app. You know the code, Heat win. And welcome officially to the National Basketball Association for Kasparis Yakuchonis. He took one from the land of milk and honey, and it went splash.
Look, it's a moment you only have once. What's it like getting your first NBA points and your first real rotation minutes?
Yeah, so I feel good, The most important that we won after a losing streak of quite a lot of games. So that was the most important for today. We all focus for the win tonight, and I think it's good way to start the building everything up.
Did Coach let you know, or Norm let you know that it might be happening, that this might be your chance?
Nah, Norm didn't let me know.
I'm not even in the camera. I'm not even in the camera.
But
making it easier.
I had some little hints that just be ready, like always. I'm trying to be ready always and do what I can do, control what I can control.
The only other time you got a call in your NBA career was with 56 seconds left against the Clippers in a blowout. So when Coach turned to you today and said to go in, were there butterflies? What was the feeling like as you approached the scorer's table?
No, it was good. I just, like I said, I try to just give 100% every time I go on the court, and every time I have a chance, I'm trying to use it.
And now your goal is to make every 3-pointer you ever shoot in the NBA?
So that's everybody's goal, I guess.
Thank you. Thanks, Cass. All right, good.
Cass, congrats. Take another one tomorrow. We'll start the party. Heat live on the parquet. 6:30 p.m. That's why I wore the green today. Amy said, Jax, you can't wear green in Boston. I was like, Amy, you are correct. I'm going to wear the reddest red stuff I got. Red denim, red and white jacket, red shoes. I will not tell you the last thing that's red because your kids might be watching. And then we're back here in Manhattan. Once again, the final score. The Heat, victorious, 106-95. This has been a presentation of FanDuel Sports Network, your exclusive home for Miami Heat basketball. For Eric Reed, John Crotty, Amy Alibert, and the entire Miami Heat broadcast team. One band, one sound. I'm Jason Jackson. Thanks for watching. Happy holidays. We'll see you from Beantown tomorrow night.